We are discussing from Sri Valmiki Ramayan, Ayodhya Kanda. We heard so far Lord Sri Ram, along with his wife, his younger brother Lakshman, came to meet his father Dasharat and to seek his permission to leave for forest. Maharaj Dasharat was extremely pained to see this, that finally Ram has come and is ready to leave. And not only is going alone, is going with his wife Janaki and Lakshman. He was very, very painful for Dasharat to see this. He said, "My dear Ram, please arrest me, put me into the jail, and you take over Ayodhya kingdom. You don't have to do this." But Lord Sri Ram gave arguments, and he, obviously being Dharmatma, he didn't agree for this kind of proposal. And he strongly affirmed that he must go to forest. When all this was happening, all the queens of Maharaj Dasharat, they were loudly crying, seeing this whole very sad episode, because they all have so much love for Ram, and for no reason he is being abandoned to forest. Secondly, they all love him, and how will they tolerate his absence? So while everyone was crying so loudly, the greatest servant of Maharaj Dasharat, one of the 8 ministers, that was Sumantra was also there. So Valmiki Ramayan says, Rudan Sumantropi Jagama Murcham. When Sri Ram said he's going to forest, he did not agree to Maharaj Dasharat's proposal. It made Sumantra so sad. He couldn't handle that sorrow, that distress. He just said, Murcham, he fell unconscious. Just see how everybody loved Sri Ram. Not just family members, even servants at home, ministers. He's a chariot driver of Dasharat Maharaj. Even he fell unconscious out of that sad feeling. Rudan, he was crying loudly. Sumantra was crying loudly that Ram is going away. Murcham, he fell unconscious. Ha ha kritam, he loudly made sound. Ha, hey Ram, please don't go. Ha ha kritam, tatra babhuva sarvam. Along with him, everyone else was also crying. So he cried and he fell unconscious. And suddenly everyone went to, console him, sprinkled water and all that. So slowly he regained. And when he regained, in today's episode, we will hear how Sumantra very strongly, angrily, he spoke to Kaikeyi. What we are seeing now is that everybody is trying to convince Maharani, Queen Kaikeyi, to please give up that nasty idea that she has got to send Ram to forest. So here Sumantra is trying his best. Let's see what happens and what he speaks. Tato nirdhuya sahasa shiro nishvasya chasakrit. He slowly regained his consciousness because he was unconscious. And when he came back to his awareness, he took a very deep, long and strong breath. Because he wanted to speak now. He took a very long breath. Panim pano vinishpashya. He's keeping his left hand in the right hand and right hand in the left hand, and he's trying his best to control his anger. He's so angry at Kaikeyi that she is not changing her mind. And he's so angry, when you become so angry, you'll be like, fisting your hand, right? So Sumantra is doing that. Panim pano, his left hand is in the right hand is in the left hand, and he's just trying. Dantan katakatacha, his teeth is biting very strongly. Katakata, sound is coming from his teeth. He's grinding his teeth. When you become angry, we show that, right? Our fist, our hand and our teeth. Lochane kopa samrakte. his eyes turned red. Lochane rakta, they became red out of anger. Varnam purvochitam jahat. He has never spoken like this in his entire life to Queen Kaikeyi. Obviously, he is a servant, he is a minister, he is a chariot driver. He doesn't speak. It is beyond his etiquette. It is beyond his adhikar to speak. But now, the situation has come. So much adharma is happening. When adharma is happening, will these people keep quiet? What did they do? They spoke strongly. Not that we simply keep quiet when things are going around us wrong. You have to voice your opinion. You have to stand by the side of the truth. Stand by the side of dharma. So that's what he's doing. Lochane kopa samrakte varnam purvochitam jahad kopa vibhuta sahasa santapam ashubham gataha. By seeing all inauspicious things that is happening, out of anger is speaking. So here is a very good example that, in the modern day we keep hearing the misinterpretation of the Vedic scriptures. People with modern mentality, they say that in the Vedic culture, except the top so-called varnas, or in the misinterpreted way, the caste, the remaining people were mistreated, they did not have any rights to speak, and they were ill-treated and all that. But here is an example that how Sumantra is addressed as Sutaha. Sutaha means one who belongs to Shudra category. He is able to speak up against the queen. He has that freedom. And Valmiki Rama and Valmiki Rishi is recording that he spoke. He had that freedom. He had that rights when something is going wrong. Not that he simply, he didn't have any freedom to speak what he wants to speak. At least in the Vedic culture. We are not talking about in the modern day, the corrupt system, what happened. So like people keep saying, they give some wrong example. Oh, in Valmiki Ramayana, we see there was one Shudra by name Shambhuka, and Ram went and killed him. People don't know the reason. They say that how in the Vedic culture, the Shudras were attacked. You see, Ram attacked. The reason was Shambhuka was doing tapasya to become the husband of Mother Parvati. He wanted to be the husband of Mother Parvati. That was a desire why he was doing tapasya. Lord Shiva is there. And for such a sinful desire is doing tapasya, for every adharma, the punishment is given. Doesn't matter what background you belong to. Same people don't read properly history and Shastra. In Mahabharata it is mentioned, there was one Brahmana called Jata. His name was Jata. So when Pandavas were in Vanavasa, they were doing Vanavas, at that time, they were living in many places, and many sages, many rishis, they were also coming and staying with them. So one of this Brahmana, the sage called Jata, so what he did was, when Pandavas had gone out for some service or some work, he tried to kidnap Draupadi. And Bhima comes and kills him. Who is he? He's a Jata, he's a Brahmana. So when somebody so-called Brahmana does adharma, he was also punished. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, also in Valmiki Ramayana, we see in the same dynasty called Ikshvaku dynasty, there was one king called Asamanjasa, the same Ikshvaku dynasty. So he was killing all the small children in the city, Ayodhya city. So he was abandoned. He was told to leave the city and go to forest. He is abandoned. So whether you are a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, whenever you do adharma, you are given proper punishment for that. It has nothing to do with only one section of the people who are targeted, other section of the people, even they do atrocities that was ignored. No. Here we see Sumantra. He is a Sutaha, he is coming from the Shudra background, but when he sees that Maharani Kaikeyi, she is doing adharma, he has the audacity to challenge her. He has the courage to scold her. She is queen, she is not some ordinary woman. So he is now going to speak. And before he speaks, what he does is so nice. Manas samikshamanascha suto Dasharatasya cha. He wants to scold Kaikeyi. But before that, he's just looking at Maharaj Dasharat. Will he be okay? Because he's, at the end of the day, he's a servant of Maharaj Dasharat. He doesn't want to make Maharaj Dasharat feel bad. He's so concerned. Maharaj Dasharat should not get upset because of my behavior. It's a very good quality of a servant. So before he does that, Samikshamanascha Dasharata. He's looking at Dasharat. He said, okay, because Dasharat is able to see. Sumantra has become very angry. He's grinding his teeth. Dantan katakatascha. Panim panav. Hands, fist is getting tight and fist. So when he saw that Dasharat Maharaj is okay, Kampayanniva Kaikeya, he now looked at Kaikeyi as if he's going to cut her into pieces. The way he's looking at Kaikeyi is like that. Hridayam vakchair shitai. Forget about it, our heart will be shattered. Like that he wants to speak. Vakya vajrair anupamai. His words were as hard, as strong as Vajrayudha. You know, there is a weapon called Vajrayudha that is used by Indra. It is said that if you simply touch this Ayudha, the weapon Vajrayudha, to a mountain, mountain immediately becomes dust. It becomes like powder. That is the power of this Vajrayudha. His words, Valmiki is saying, the way the Sumantra spoke to Kaikeyi, every words were like as if you are taking Vajrayudha and hitting Kaikeyi's heart. Vakya vajrair anupamair bhinnan chashugai Kaikeya sarva marmani Sumantra pratyabhashata. Now he said, Yasyastava patistyakto raja Dasharata swayam. You Kaikeyi, how shameful. He said, you shameful Kaikeyi. How sad you have abandoned your husband. Tyakta patihi. You have left your husband for sake of some adharma. It is so shameful. It is unacceptable for a good woman leaving a great husband is such a great shame. Dasharat is a great husband. He's a dharmatma. He's such a, accomplished king. He has never done anything wrong in his life. Such great husband, you have rejected him. Now, what do you mean by rejecting means? Not listening to the order, advice, request, instruction of a great, person like Dasharat Maharaj is as good as rejecting him. When you reject the instruction of a person, you are rejecting that person. So, Sumantra, first thing he scolded Kaikeyi. He's saying, Yastyastava patistyakto raja Dasharata swayam. You have rejected your great husband. Very shameful. Bharta sarvasya jagataha. He is the maintainer of the whole world. He's not some small person. He has maintained. And then he says, Sthavarasya charasya cha. He's such a caring person. He was always worried whether trees in his Ayodhya were taken care properly or not. He's such a great person. Trees and plants. It's what to speak about the citizens. We generally talk about in the media and all that. Oh, citizens are all unhappy. They're all not taken care. Here, Sumantra is saying, Maharaj Dasharat is worried about whether trees and plants are all right or not. That means you don't have to even talk about human beings and animals, all that. He's so caring towards grass, plants and trees. Such caring, sensitive, such great person. You have rejected him. You're not listening to him. You're not following his advice. Nahya karyatam. You don't have any sensitivity left in your heart. You're ready to do any abominable activities. Nahya karyatam kinchit tavadeviha vidyate. You're literally ready to do any disaster for sake of your selfish agenda. And for that, what is the most abominable you have done? You have rejected a great husband. That is unacceptable. Rejecting a great person whether it is father, whether it is wife, or whether it is husband, and when they are great dharmatmas, it is unacceptable, unforgivable. Who will reject great person in your life? How sad it is. And she has done. So Sumantra, she scolded Kaikeyi that you have left your husband. He said, Patigneem, not just you have rejected your husband, you have killed him. Patigneem. How she has killed? He is still alive. No, you killed his spirit. Now, how will he live when such a closest wife has done such a big betrayal? It is as good as killing him. Patigneem tvamaham manye. Not, don't think that you only killed Dasharat Maharaj. Kulagneem. You have destroyed our entire Ikshvaku family. You are not an ordinary woman. You are a great villain who has come to this Ikshvaku dynasty. You have rejected him. You have murdered him. You don't have to murder him physically. You have destroyed his spirit of life. You have taken away his spirit of life. You have destroyed the whole Ikshvaku dynasty. Yan Mahendra Mivajayam. He, our Maharaj, Dasharat, he was ruling like Mahendra, the king of heaven. That was his greatness. Now look at him, how he has become. You see how you have made him? You have shattered him. Look at him, how he has fallen on the ground. He is lamenting, he is crying. How he was living like a Indra in the Swarga. What is that, that greatness and that confidence and all that. Now look at him. Dushtra kampyam ivachalanam. He was like unshakable mountain. Our King Maharaj was like Indra of Swarga. And he was like a mountain who was unshakable. Mahodadi, he was like an ocean. He was like an ocean, like a mountain, like a Indra. Santapa yasi karma bihi. With your heinous activities, you're torturing him. He's no more able to be like that. You have destroyed him from inside. Mavamamsta dasharatam bhartaram varadam patim. Don't treat him badly because he agreed for your two request. Because somebody has a good heart. Somebody is well behaved. They're nice to us, right? So just because they're nice to you, don't think they are some cheap people. Don't treat Maharaj Dasharat as some cheap person just because he easily agreed for your two nasty requests. You made some two requests and he agreed. So you think, you can do whatever you want with Maharaj Dasharat. Bharturicha hi narinam putra kotya vishishyate. You keep on justifying yourself. I did this for Bharat. I did this for Bharat. I did this for my child. I did this for my son. I did this for my son's happiness. He said, shame on you. According to Dharma, even if you are putra koti bihi, even if you have 1 crore great sons, you only have one son, that is Bharat. Even if a woman has 1 crore great sons, your first duty remains to obey your husband. Make him happy. That is dharma. Not that, for sake of my children, I disobey my husband. No, this is not allowed in the scriptures. In the scriptures, the first duty, responsibility of a good wife is to take care of a good husband. And when your husband is so great, is so good, you cannot reject him for sake of your son. What did he do? What wrong he did? What is the mistake the Maharaj Dasharat has done? Did he do any adharma? Did he cheat you? Nothing. And you are saying that I don't care if he dies. I don't care if he dies. Because Maharaj Dasharat said, if Ram goes to forest, I will die. And she says, okay. She's like deaf. It's fine. I don't care. And her justification is what? I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing this for my child, Bharat. So Sumantra says, it is unacceptable. You cannot do this. Your first priority has to be Maharaj Dasharat. And then he says, what is the correct thing to do? Yatha vayohi rajyani prapnuvanti nrupakshaye. When king naturally dies, at that time, how the kingdom is divided? The kingdom is divided based on the age of the children. The first son will inherit the kingdom, and others will also get something. This is a tradition, and you are going against a tradition. You are telling the first son Ram should not become the king. First son Ram should not become the king, and you're breaking the tradition. And this is adharma. And then he says, okay, you're so adamant. You're not ready to change your mind. Raja bhavatu te putro. Your son, Bharat, let him become the king. That's what you want. Let him become the king, Bharata. Shastu Medinam. Let him rule this Medini. Medini means the kingdom. Let him rule this. Vayam tatra gavishyami. We will all go to forest. Let your son become the king of Ayodhya. That's what you want. Vayam tatra gamishyamo yatra ramo gamishyati. Wherever Ram goes, we will go behind him. You and your son, both of you be in this place called Ayodhya. And then he says, you may think, oh, the Shudra, the Sumantra, he's saying he'll go to forest. Let him go. No. Nahite vishaye kaschit brahmano vastumarhati. Even no brahmanas will live in this Ayodhya if Ram goes away. What will you do? How will you run your kingdom without any brahmanas? The brahmanas are they are the guide. If they are not there, who will give shastric reference to what is going on here? He says, it's not just I'm going. I'll tell you, if Ram does not stay in Ayodhya, nahite vishaye kaschit brahmano, not even one brahmana will live in this place. By seeing all this adharma, why will brahmanas live? They are not Kali Yuga brahmanas. Even, where dharma, adharma, doesn't matter. You just give me my money, I'll close my eyes, I live. They're all caste brahmanas. The qualified brahmanas, which according to Varnashrama Dharma, which talks about qualified brahmanas who always stand by satya, dharma, all these things. And for such brahmanas, it will be so intolerable. They will not agree to be in this Ayodhya where so much adharma is going on. Tadrisham tvamam marya dhyama karma chikirshahi. Now whatever you're doing, it is unacceptable even for brahmanas. And then he says, but I'm surprised. Sumantra says, I'm very surprised. Ascharyamiva pashyami. Ascharya. I'm very, very surprised. It is really making me wonder. Yastyaste vrittamidrisham. After seeing all the nonsense that is going on here, after seeing all the adharma that you are doing, acharantyana vidrito sadde bhavati medini. Why there is no earthquake? Why there is no earthquake? Why the earth is not breaking apart? Why there is no earthquake? So much adharma is happening. Earth should break apart. Sometimes we see the tsunami, earthquake, and there is disaster. So Sumantra is saying, this Mother Earth, I am surprised why there is no earthquake. The way you are doing. And then he says that Vasishtha Rishi, he is not approving this. Brahmanas are not approving. Your husband is not approving. And by seeing all this thing, you're standing unaffected. There is nothing, no change on your face. He says, you think by sending Ram to forest and making Bharat king, he gives an example. Amram means mango. Amram chitva kutarena. Kutari means you take that, in Hindi say kulhari, in Sanskrit is kutari. You take a kulhari and cut the tree. Which tree? Mango tree. And you cut the mango tree. Amram chitva. Chitva means you break and cut. Amram chitva kutarena nimbam paricharetuyaha. And there you put a neem tree. You cut the mango tree which is giving sweet mangoes, and in the same place you put neem tree. And then yaschainam payasa sinchena. Every day you don't, not that I'll put water, you'll put milk. You plant one neem tree there, And you keep putting, not water, payasa means milk. You put milk every day. Vasya madhuro bhavet. You think it will start producing some sweet fruits after that? You think by sending Ram, who is like a mango tree, who is giving sweet mangoes, and by sending him to forest, and you're trying to put yourself in this Ayodhya like a neem tree, it is not going to give any sweet experience to anyone. Don't think people are not able to understand all those things. They will see this as some neem tree. They will not see this as a mango tree. And then he says, I know why you are behaving like this. I know from where you got all this behavior. He's very, very strongly, he's so angry. He's attacking her. He says, I know why you are behaving like this. You have learned this behavior from your mother. Because a woman inherits the qualities from her mother. A son inherits the qualities from father. So you have learned all this bad behavior from your mother. We know what is the character of your mother. We know what is the history of your mother. Let me tell you, let me remind what all your mother has done. Now he's speaking about her mother. Generally, no good people talk like this. But you see how the situation is. Tava matura graham vidmam purvam yathashrutam. We all, yathashrutam, we have heard enough about your mother, what she has done in the past. Let me remind you that. Because you are behaving the same way your mother has done. And then he says, Pituste varadaha kaschiddau varamanuttamam. Your father, your great father, Kaikeyi king. So he is a very great man with so much of tapasya and all that. So one great yogi, one tapasvi, he came to Kaikeyi Desha. This is Kaikeyi's Maika. So he came and he gave one blessings to Kaikeyi's father. The blessing was that father will get one special ability. What is that special ability? He will be able to understand the language of every living beings, whether it is insect, whether it is bird, whether it is aquatics, whether it is animal, whatever it is. Trees and plants, like we all only understand the human language. That too, our own, mother tongue, or maybe some other languages which we learn. Suddenly somebody comes from Korea and starts speaking in Korean language. Nowadays Korean, I think web series are famous. Maybe people may understand. Some Swahili language from South Africa. We may not understand. Even human language we don't understand. But this king of Kaikeyi, he had the special ability to understand any animal speaking, any insect speaking, any bird speaking, like this. He had that special ability. So one day what happened? Sarva bhuta rutam tasmat samvagne vasudadipa. Sarva bhutam. He can understand everybody's language, what they talk and all that. So what happened once? Tato jrumbasya shayane. Once he is Kaikeyi's father and her mother. They were in their room and they were there and sitting on their bed, Shayane, Virutad Bhuri Varchasa. They were talking. They were sleeping and talking. Pituste Vidito Bhava Satatra Bahuda Hasad. There were some two ants talking and going. Of course, we can't understand this, but Valmiki is saying that they were going. And this Kaikeyi's father saw that, and because he had that special ability, he heard what they're talking and he just started laughing by seeing something they were talking. He heard them and started laughing, loudly laughing. He's just rolling on the floor. Right? In the message, the Alpha Gen Z, right? ROFL, rolling on the floor. So, rolling on the floor and is laughing. And Kaikeyi's mother, she got surprised. Why is he suddenly laughing like this? He was normal till now. We are talking normally. Why is he suddenly laughing like this? Then she asked him, my dear husband, why are you laughing like this? Tatrate janani kruddha. She became very angry. Why are you laughing like this? What happened? Kruddha. She became very angry. And then she's asking, Hasam te nrupate. Hasam, why are you, kyu has rahe aap? Tell me, what is the reason? Then the king said, Nruposcho uvacha, Nrupa means king, the father of Kaikeyi said, Tam devim devi shamsami yadi. My dear wife, queen, Devi, you see, actually I'm not supposed to tell. When that yogi gave me this blessing, he also gave me blessing with one restriction. He said that you can understand, but you cannot tell this to anyone else. Because power comes with responsibility. We know you are so great. We know you are so elevated and you're advanced, and also we are giving you this power so that you don't interfere with the nature, even though you understand all that. Okay, for your personal use we are giving, but you can't give this to your family members or someone else. Like if you are in a police department, the government gives you a revolver for the police, and he goes and gives this to his children and wife and all. Kabhi chahe to aap use kijiye, like that. No, it will not be allowed. It will be punishable offense. He will lose his job if he does like that. So like that, this king, Kaikeyi Raja, he had the power, but he can't tell this to others. So he told, my dear Devi, you see, like two ants are speaking. I heard and I am laughing at them. So he said, tell me what is that? What those two ants are? He said, no, I can't tell. If I tell, my head will burst into pieces and I will die. That's the rule. That's a restriction. And she said, Mata te pitaram devi tata kekayam abravid shamsame jivava mavana mama pahiyashyasi. She is saying, I don't care whether you live or die. You have to tell me. This is what she said. I don't know. You're telling me you will die by telling, I don't know. I don't care. I want to know why you're laughing. Tell me why you're laughing. She's so angry. He's saying, I will die. If I tell, I will die. And she's saying, Jivava Mava. You be alive or you die. You have to tell me, I don't care. This is what your mother told. So this is flowing in your blood. How your mother, she did not really bother or care whether her husband is be alive or dead. The same behavior has come in you. That's what is flowing in your blood. That has come to you. Just like your mother said, I don't care whether my husband dies or not. What I want should happen. Like that you are behaving. I don't care whether Maharaj Dasharat is alive or not. I want what I want. I don't care whether he is alive or not. So this is what Sumantra is quoting the history and speaking. Priyayata tathokta sankekaya pritavipati. By hearing this, your father got shock of his life. How can a wife say, I don't care whether you die or not, you do what I want? For wife, always taking care of a righteous husband is a first priority. Just like husband should be extremely concerned about protecting his wife, like that the wife should be concerned and caring and loving to protect about her husband. How can she say, you die, I don't care? So that husband, the Kaikeyi Raja, was very shocked to hear this. He said, give me one day time. I'll get back to you. And then he goes back to the yogi who gave him this power. He said, my dear Yogi ji Maharaj, आपने मुझे power दे दिया. अब मेरे बीवी पूछ रहे हैं, आप मरो या whatever. मुझे बताओ क्या करना है. So that yogi said, Maharaj, please send your wife to her mother's place. When a wife says, I don't care whether my good husband lives or dies, she's not fit to be with you. She's a very dangerous woman. She's a very dangerous lady. She's a very dangerous woman. How can she continue to be queen of your kingdom? How can she continue to be with you? It's very dangerous. Either you kill her, or if you feel pity for her, just send her to her mother's place. Don't keep her. So that time onwards, your mother was sent away. She's no more living with this king. So this behavior of I don't care my husband must have come from your mother. That's what Sumantra is saying. See this, how he is saying all these things. And then after saying all these things, Then he says that Nahi mitya pratignatam karishyati tavanaga. Is that please understand, you're such good husband you got. Why are you killing him? Don't kill him. And look at Ram. And then he talks about all the good qualities of Ram. Jeshto, first of all is Jeshta, elder, eldest. Vadanya, he's so magnanimous. Before coming here, everything he distributed. His personal property, items, everything, not anything that belongs to you. Everything. Vadanya, Vadanya means magnanimous. We call Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Vadanya. Namo Mahavadanya. Very generous. Doesn't think about himself. Gives away everything. So he's Jeshta, Vadanya, Karmanya. He's not a lazy person. He always keeps himself productively busy. We need such leader. Not that the moment you become, some head of something, I'll go and sleep whole day. I'm head now, nobody can ask me. I'll only sleep and enjoy. Let others work. He's karmanya. He always keeps himself busy, engaged, and in a productive way. Swadharmasya bhirakshitaha. He protects others also doing their swadharma. Rakshita jivalokasya. He can protect everyone in this world. Bruhi ramo bishachatyan. Till now he was speaking very angrily. Now Sumantra folded his hands. He's beseeching, please, I request you, please make Ram the king of Ayodhya. He's Jeshta, Vadanya, Karmanya, Swadharmabi Rakshitaha, Rakshita, Jivalokasya, Ramo Bhishacchatyam. That Ram, please make him. Do his Abhishek, Rajya Abhishek. Please don't send him to forest. And then he says, please, don't you realize? Parivado hite devi mahan loke charishyati. If Ram goes to forest, you will have to face such a bad name. Such a big bad name. Are you aware of this? What a big bad name will come to you. Whole world will attack you after that forever. Yadi Ramo vanam yati vihaya pitaram rupam. You will get very bad name. Then he says, please let him become king. Give up your sadness. Don't worry. Nobody will stay here. If Ram goes to forest, Nahite Raghavadanya Kshama Puravarevasan. Not even one citizen will live here. No Brahmanas will live here. Everybody will go behind Ram. Empty city, empty kingdom, what will you do? And if Ram becomes king, Maharaj Dasharat will be alive. He will not die and he will be happy. Is this what we all want to see, isn't it? In this way, he folded his hands, begged her again and again. There's no change on the face of Kaikeyi. Like a stone is standing, like a wall. You can talk, half an hour you can talk to the wall. No change. Just, talk to the walls. So you can talk to a wall, no change, no response. Kaikeyi is standing like a stone-hearted person. Why? As we already know how it all happened. She was sleeping in the evening time, in the Shankara Muhurta. The moment you sleep in the evening Shankara Muhurta, you become susceptible for demonic influence. Srila Madhvacharya from the Shastras, he has revealed that a Rakshasi by name Nikriti, she entered inside Kaikeyi, influenced Kaikeyi to do all these things. Why? Because Kaikeyi was doing some forbidden activities. We think, these are all so normal, so common. What is there? Shastra says in the evening we should not sleep. Because all the bhuta, preta, pishachis are all active. And by sleeping in the evening, we become weak. Our consciousness becomes weak. And we become susceptible. And the demonic forces inside us will take over. And we start acting demonically like this, the way Kaikeyi is doing. Otherwise, she was a great lover, admirer of Sri Ram. So like this, like every day taking bath, keeping neat and clean, following certain cleanliness principle and following, regulative principles like getting up early in the morning. Many things, they keep you divine. Otherwise, we become demoniac like that. And now Maharaj Dasharat, when he saw after Sumantra speaking this much also there is no change on the face of Kaikeyi, then Dasharat started speaking. Then he says, Maharaj Dasharat says, he says, "Hey Sumantra," he's his personal secretary, assistant, and also one of the ministers, "Suta, Ratna Susampurna Chaturvida Balochamu." He said that my personal belongings, see, everybody has their own personal belongings apart from that what belongs to the treasure of the kingdom. He said, from my personal belongings, all the wealth you pack, let it go with Sri Ram. There should be no scarcity for all the 14 years of whatever life that Ram is going to live. Let him use all those things to do yajna, yaga, havana when he is there in the forest. Ratna Susampurna Chaturvidha Bala. Chamu means the army. The army, Chaturanga Bala means the chariots, elephants, and horses, and the foot soldiers. It's called Chaturanga Bala. Let all of them go with Sri Ram so that he is safe and is protected. Ragavasyanu yatrartam kshipram pratividiyatam. And then he says, Rupa jivascha vadinyo vanijascha mahadana. All the best of the best businessmen in the Ayodhya, let them travel with Sri Ram. Let them keep generating some wealth for whatever is needed for Sri Ram for 14 years. And let there be dancers, all the drama, dancers and entertainers that are there, best of the best dancers and all of them, let them also go with Sri Ram. In this way, Sri Ram will not get bored and will not get fatigued in the forest. These all people will entertain him. Shobhayantu Kumarasya Vahinim Suprasarita. Let them all be there with him. And then he says, all the ayudhani cha mukhyani, all the powerful weapons. Of course, whatever he's saying, it all belongs to Dasharatha's personal account. Ayudhani cha mukhyani, nagara shakatani cha. All the vehicles, good vehicles, good weapons, let everything go. Let them go. And then he says that when Ram goes to forest, let him just get the feeling of a picnic. Let him get a feeling of some good, expedition or outing, a retreat experience you should get. So he's now Maharaj Dasharat is saying all these things. And then when he spoke all these things, Kaikeyi got very upset. When Maharaj told all these things, that let all the wealth go, army go, and entertainers go, Kaikeyi became very angry. And she became so upset. Savishannacha. She became very depressed and angry and upset. Santrasta means oppressed, distressed. Mukhena parishishyata. Her face became very bad by hearing all these things. Rajana mevabhimukhe. She came and stood in front of Maharaj Dasharat. Because Maharaj Dasharat was not looking at her at all. He felt so disgusted about Kaikeyi. He's not even seeing her face and speaking. He's telling to Sumantra. So because he's not looking at her, and he's not even listening to her. So she came all the way and now stood in front of Maharaj Dasharat. Kaikeyi Vakyam Abravit. Now she started speaking. She said, Rajyam Gata Dhanam Sadho. Sadho. She's now calling her husband as Sadhu. You, Sadhu, saintly person. What are you thinking in your mind? Like Sadhu jaisa sab kuch daan mein de diya? You become sadhu or what? He's saying, Sadho Rajyam Gata Dhanam. After you give all these things, what is remaining in Ayodhya? First of all, he's not giving anything belongs to the treasure of that Ayodhya kingdom. He's giving from his personal account. That is intolerable for her. She's saying, Sadho, Sadhu, Rajyam Gata Dhanam, Pitamandam Suramiva. She's giving one very, very nasty example. She's saying, Pitamandam Suram Iva. Sura means alcohol. So traditionally, how they used to do alcohol was, there are some trees and they take out some kind of a juice from those trees and they, I think, boil or do something. There's some process of that. And just like the milk, the best part of the milk becomes malai and it gets formed on the top for the milk. But for the alcohol, the traditional way of making alcohol, the best part of the alcohol gets accumulated the bottom portion. Like exactly like that, the cream or the malai of the milk. It becomes the bottom portion. And what is remaining on the top is all like water portion. It is like water. When you drink that water portion, you don't get that kick feeling. You don't get that intoxicated experience simply by drinking that water portion. So you want to really feel that intoxicated experience and all that. You have to get the stuff, the sara of that. So she's saying, Pitamandam suramiva. It is as good as giving the alcohol which doesn't have the real portion of whatever it's supposed to be. You see, when somebody's mind has become corrupt examples will come out. She could have given any different example. She could have given a buttermilk example, because even buttermilk, also if you keep it, you see that all the water portion becomes the top layer, and whatever the butter portion is there goes down. See how when demonic things take over you, when tamoguna increases in you, your thinking, your examples also will be like that. You can simply watch their words, how they speak, what examples they give, what kind of justification they give. Right? Sometimes the justification we give tells you how we are degraded and we are fallen. Like somebody can say, oh no, even an ordinary third class normal person can become guru, and he falls down, he runs away. It's okay, no problem. When you degrade, you give this kind of degrading examples. Like this Kaikeyi is giving example. She's giving example, Pitamandam suramiva. Are you giving the alcohol which is not containing the essence of alcohol to my son Bharat? She's comparing Ayodhya to an alcohol. Look at her, kind of thinking that's going on. Niraswadhyamatam. Swad is not there. The taste is not there in that. What is the use of drinking that? Shunyam. It is like zero. It is of no use. Shunyam bharato nabhipatsyate. What will he do? What kind of kingdom he will get? Shunyam. It's like not giving anything. Kaikeyi muktajvaya. And when she spoke without any shame, because as a queen, you're not supposed to, your language should have some gravity. When people listen to the words of a queen, they should feel like respecting her even more. But when you talk without any shame, by giving this kind of a low-class, nasty example, all the people who are standing there, Valmiki is saying, they all bent their head. They couldn't hear this. She's comparing Ayodhya to some alcohol and all these things. What is this? What has happened to her? Just like sometimes those who are in sadhu dress, suddenly they start telling that any fallen somebody who runs away behind women or money and all that, they can also be your guru. You should be sympathetic to them and all. It is very shameful for remaining people to hear. So like that she is speaking, and remaining people are very shameful to hear this. And then Maharaj Dasharat said, why are you talking like this? I've already agreed to give whatever you want. No. You wanted Ayodhya, I am agreeing to give. You wanted Ram to go to forest, is going. Why are you still interfering? Why are you doing, or why are you interfering? I am just doing what is not connected to you. And then when he said like this, her anger increased even more. Oh, you people are all doing drama as if this incident has never happened in your family. As if I am on villain here. As if you people never sent anybody to forest. You people are talking like this. And you're targeting me, you're attacking me. And then she says, Tavaiva Vamshe, in your Vamsha, in your family, don't talk all big things. In your Vamsha, I know all you people are telling Kulagni, you destroyed our family. As if your family is very great. See how he is speaking now. Tava Vamshe, let me open the account of your family. Tava Vamshe, Sagaro, Jeshta Putram Uparadat. When in your own family, there was one king called Sagara Chakravarti, Sagara Maharaj. Right? And that Sagara, that Jeshta Putra, his own son, Jeshta Putra, das Asamanjasa Itikyatam Tatayam Gantumarhati. Don't you all remember what Sagar Maharaj did? to his own son. What he did, evam muktvo dhigityeva, and then she's saying that father, who was a father, the Sagara, he was a father, his son was Asamanjasa. The own father sent his son Asamanjasa to forest. It is not something where first time it is happening in Ikshvaku dynasty. Your own forefathers have done. Of course, she doesn't know proper history for what reason all this happened. She's simply giving, some people are like that, adamant. They're so adamant that they twist and manipulate any example to suit their own arguments. So she is doing that. First of all, she is comparing this, that Asamanjasa was sent to forest. For what reason? Because there's a big story. The Asamanjasa was a great yogi. He was Avadhuta. He is Avadhuta. He was totally renounced. He was uninterested in this material world. But he has to become the king because he's the first child. He has to now become the king, and he was uninterested in the king. So what did he do? He went and told his parents, please leave me. I want to renounce. I want to be a sannyasi. They said, no. You have to become king. Sometimes parents do all this thing. So what did he do? He started killing all the small children in the city. And then the citizens came and gave complaint. What is this fellow? He's supposed to be our next king and he's killing all the small children. This kind of king we don't want. Then Sagara told, you get lost to the forest. And the moment Asamanjasa went to the forest, from his yoga shakti, he made all those children come back to life. See, he had that power. All that he wanted was, he should be allowed to be retired to forest. He wants to practice renunciation. He is Avadhuta. So he was sent to forest. And she is giving that example and telling, see how Asamanjasa was sent to forest. Like that, Ram also, you send him. Now, why you people are making a big drama of this? And then when she spoke like this, there was another minister who was also there in this meeting. His name was Siddhartha. He became extremely angry. What is this lady speaking? Kuch bhi. If you want to say something, they say, this is nothing. Something you want to talk and you're just talking and giving all manipulated, twisted examples like this. And then he's very angrily, with strong arguments, he started giving rebuttal to Kaikeyi. So we'll now get to hear how this Sumantra spoke, Siddhartha spoke, and then Vasishtha spoke. Like this, so many people, they spoke to Kaikeyi, tried to change her heart, but what kinds of arguments she was giving, and what did this Siddhartha spoke, all those things we'll hear in the next session. We'll stop here. Shri Valmiki Ramayana ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.